representative of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Liberia, representative of the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, the leader of the Liberian delegation to the Ecowas Parliament, the members of the diplomatic corps, particularly the ambassadors of the United States of America and the European Union here in Liberia, distinguished members of the Ecowas Parliament, members of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May I invite you now to kindly stand for the both anthems, the Ecowas anthem and the anthem of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you. Please remain standing. Please remain standing. With the transcendency of the diversity of religious beliefs, may I invite you now just to pause for a moment so that we can invoke the presence of the Creator God. Thank you. Please have your seats. Please, at this moment, invite to the podium for a welcome address the head delegation of the Liberian parliamentarians to the Ecowas Parliament, the Honorable Edwin Melvin Snow, Jr.
House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia, the Speaker of the Ecowas President. I do apologize for the sleeping protocol. The proxy for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, proxy for the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, Secretary General, members of the Ecowas Parliament, members of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia, members of the Liberian Senate present, our distinguished ambassadors from the European Union delegation to Liberia, the ambassadors of the United States of America, staff of both the Ecowas Parliament and the Liberian legislature, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me at this time, on behalf of the Liberian delegation at the Ecowas Parliament, officially welcome you back home to Liberia. Liberia indeed is no strange ground for the Ecowas Parliament. In the last few years, we've had numerous ECOWAS engagement from the Parliament in Liberia. This happens to be our actual second time where next week we'll be having our extraordinary session where the entire Parliament will be present. I've come today to say to you, you are welcome home. Please feel free. Do whatever is legal to do. Keep your social distances. Wear your face masks and enjoy the Liberian hospitality. But let me also take this time to single out the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dr. Chambers. As you know, on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Liberia are the 2 days committed to the legislature. It is when the House of Representatives and the House of Senate, those are the 2 days we meet. And when I went to see the Speaker last week to confirm his attendance, he showed me the itinerary, the agenda for today's session. It was really a great task for him. I've come here today with members of the House of Representatives, and I personally want to extend our thanks to you, Mr. Speaker, for making time to share this time with members of our honorable members, to share this time with us today. Let me also extend thanks to Dr. Tunis, who has continuously put the ECOWAS agenda on the front burner to ensure that despite the challenges of COVID, continue to keep the flag of the ECOWAS Parliament high. We're very excited at this time that despite the challenges around the world, and the ECOWAS Commission has issued a statement regarding the current situation in Ukraine, led by the invasion from Russia. As you know, the ECOWAS Commission has put up a statement in support of NATO, America, and its allies, a statement that transcends to all ECOWAS institutions. And today that we have 2 of the key ambassadors that are leading that effort, standing by the people of Ukraine. We want to again welcome you to this session. Next week we have a session where we'll be talking about the political and security situation in the region, and we hope your participation in those sessions will also be, we'll listen to you, to your views, so we can share our views together. Having said that, I take this time again to welcome you, especially our MPs from Burkina Faso, from Mali, and from Guinea. Mr. Speaker, I want to join all members of the ECOWAS Parliament to thank you for inviting our colleagues from Burkina Faso, from Mali, and from Guinea. Members of the ECOWAS Parliament represent the citizens of the community. And when the citizens are not represented through the MPs, there are problems. So we know that we are having some flight issues with the remaining MPs from Guinea and Mali that are expected in the next few days. but our colleagues from Burkina Faso are here, and I just want to, before I take my seat, ask you to please stand, so that despite the military turbulence you have gone through, you've braved the storm as members of the Ecowas Parliament representing the people of Burkina Faso, and you are here while we await others from Mali and Guinea to join us. So our colleagues from Burkina Faso, please stand, and we'll recognize you and welcome you again to Liberia. Please. Thank you very much. Welcome. Merci. Obrigado. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Snow. As the anthems of Liberia and Ecowas was being listened to, I picked up two things from there that brings us to this commonality of purpose that have brought you here. In the first stanza it says, "Great were the kingdoms of our past, ever our bond renewed shall last. It's no mystery, we will make history." And the Liberian anthem says, "In union strong, success is sure." You've come in union strong. And when you leave, all of Ecowas will have great, resounding success. With that, may I invite to the podium the representative of the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission.
The Minister of Commerce, representing the President of the Republic of Liberia, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, the Honorable Speaker of the 54th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, the representative of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Liberia, the 4th Deputy Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, the leader of the Liberian delegation to the Ecowas Parliament, the members of the diplomatic corps here present, in particular the Ambassador of the United States and that of the European Union, who have been our major partners in development, distinguished members of the Ecowas Parliament, members of Cabinet and senior officials of the Liberian government, the Secretary General of the Ecowas Parliament, distinguished senior officials of the Ecowas community, the members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you. On behalf of the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, who ought to be here this morning, but the logistics did not favor her to be here, and has asked me to extend her warm regards and her maximum apology for her inability to be here, but will join us in the course of our work. So I therefore read her statement. I bring you warm greetings from the President of the Ecowas Commission, His Excellency Jean-Claude Cassibrou, and the entire management team of Ecowas. I wish to begin my statement by expressing my deep appreciation and gratitude to the people and government of the Republic of Liberia for the excellent welcome and the facilities made available to facilitate the success of hosting of this seminar. In particular, I would like to take the opportunity to extend my deepest appreciation to His Excellency, Mr. George Weah, the President of the Republic of Liberia, for the enormous support and contribution provided by his government and the good people of the Republic of Liberia for the successful development of the ECOWAS Vision 2050 and the overall ECOWAS integration agenda. On behalf of the management and staff of the ECOWAS Commission, and indeed the community, I wish to commend you, Right Honorable Speaker, and your colleagues for choosing to orientate the theme of this parliamentary seminar on the Ecowas Vision 2050, formulation process and implementation challenges, as well as the other topics that you will be examining during the seminar and of course next week during the session. These topics complement the efforts being made by the Ecowas management to ensure the effective implementation of the Ecowas Vision 2050 through a holistic approach. I am particularly pleased that you have taken full ownership of the vision, which is a good sign of your preparedness to accompany its implementation. Let me then inform you about the process of the development of the vision. As you will find out from some of the presentations that will be made in the course of this seminar, the process for the development of the Ecowas Vision 2050 was inclusive, comprehensive, systematic, with extensive consultation carried out, driven by evidence, based on a number of targeted assessments and thematic reviews, which were carried out around the political and socio-economic situation of our people and our region. The aspirations of the people were harnessed and integrated into the vision. National consultations involving several stakeholders were carried out in the 15 member states. The national consultations were followed by sub-regional consultations in the following 4 homogeneous clusters in order to harmonize the outcomes of the national consultations with the ECOWAS integration agenda. These are the Gulf of Guinea, consisting of Benin, Ghana, Nigeria, and Togo; Mano River Union, consisting of Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone; the Sahel Belt, consisting of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger; and the Senegambia area, consisting of Cabo Verde, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Senegal. Also, the following important stakeholder groups were consulted in order to harness their aspirations and get their buy-in: traditional and religious leaders, women and youth, the private sector, the media, and decentralized stakeholders such as state governors, mayors of cities, and chairpersons of districts of councils. Again, fact-based assessments were carried out in support of the development of the vision. I'm happy to say that the consultants who assisted in this process are with us, and you hear from the horse's mouth. The process of the development of the vision first started with the evaluation of the ECOWAS Vision 2020 so as to fully appreciate its outcomes and learn relevant lessons to guide the design of the ECOWAS Vision 2050, and also in order to improve the implementation of the new vision. Other important assessments and reviews were carried out, and the developmental challenges were also assessed in order to ensure that we build future scenarios that will likely confront us as a region in the future. The findings of the various consultations, assessments, and reviews carried out provided the foundation for the emergence of a clear vision for the community, anchored on 5 interrelated pillars, and with cross-cutting themes and success factors identified. Again, you will hear about all of these during the seminar. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with regards to the implementation and the actions that have been taken so far, you will recall that the Authority of Heads of States and Government at its 60th Ordinary Summit held in December 2021 adopted the ECOWAS Vision 2050 as the roadmap for the consolidation of all ongoing efforts for the transformation of the region into a peaceful, integrated, and prosperous one. As we move into the implementation phase of the vision, the ECOWAS Commission is fully aware of the strategic and complementary roles of the Parliament and other critical stakeholders in ensuring political buy-in, advocacy, domestication, financing, and accountability of the ECOWAS Vision 2050. Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished parliamentarians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you may wish to note that the Commission is in the process of finalizing the tools for the operationalization of the vision. The ECOWAS Parliament will find these tools very useful in carrying out its functions as we commence the implementation of the vision. Specifically, The tools that are being finalized by the Commission are the medium-term strategic framework of the vision, which will contain flagship programs, projects for the community, the monitoring and evaluation mechanism, and as well as the mechanism for the coordination, overall coordination of the implementation process. Also, the communication strategy has been prepared, and as well as the resource mobilization strategy, which is currently on course. It is therefore heartwarming to join Your Excellencies and distinguished parliamentarians to discuss on how the Ecowas Commission and the community, as well as the Parliament, can collaborate to A, mobilize funds for the implementation of the Vision 2050, put in place a robust monitoring and evaluation system that will support the Parliament's oversight function and the implementation of the community programs and projects which will be developed and implemented in order to ensure the realization of the vision. And of course, most critically, to raise awareness and get the buy-in of all our governments as well as the private sector and the community at large. I therefore wish to invite the Parliament to critically review the process and also add its own value so that together we can embark on this journey that will transform our region into a peaceful and prosperous one. I thank you all, Your Excellency, for your kind attention. I do wish you a very productive and successful seminar on the Ecowas Vision 2050. Thank you.
As I was on my way here, somebody called me and said, I hear that the president is going to be at the Ecowas Parliament gathering, and I said yes. I still say yes, because though he is absent physically, the president has delegated at the highest level of representation the Honorable Mawani Dix, who is the Minister of Commerce and Industry, to represent him at this event. Madam, we welcome you and we thank you for sitting in for our president. Join me in welcoming him, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let us now welcome a statement by the Honorable Diwa Gray, Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who will speak on behalf of His Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Morning. Honorable Representative of the President of the Republic of Liberia to this session, Honorable Mawani Dix, who is also Minister of Commerce and Industry. Honorable Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, the representative of the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, Secretary General and honorable members and delegations representing the Ecowas Parliament, Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Liberia and members of the legislature present, Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, officials of government current and past, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to represent the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is at this moment attending a cabinet meeting called by the President of Liberia, and I will be delivering his statement as follows. On behalf of His Excellency Dr. George Manawia, I wish to welcome all of you distinguished ECOWAS parliamentarians to the seminar of the 5th Legislature of the ECOWAS Parliament on ECOWAS Vision 2050, convening in Monrovia from March 5 to 8, 2022. The government of Liberia is sincerely grateful for the selection of Liberia as the venue of this important seminar on the new ECOWAS Vision 2050. And I wish to state that the centrality of ECOWAS Vision 2050 for the operation of regional integration and economic development cannot be overemphasized. For this reason, Liberia commends the ECOWAS Parliament which represents the voices of all the citizens of our community for prioritizing deliberations of the new vision. It is also our understanding that ECOWAS had sought the views of other stakeholders for the formulation of this new Vision 2050, which is a laudable initiative. Excellencies, what is more important and noteworthy is that this seminar is being held in the aftermath of reform processes of ECOWAS institutions. And at the same time, this august body is meeting in the throes of military coups d'etats that have retrogressed constitutional democracy in our region. For these reasons, it is our candid hope that your discussions for the formulation of Vision 2050 would not be oblivious of these developments in order to remove the constraints that will make it the linchpin for the veritable transformation of ECOWAS, from ECOWAS of states to ECOWAS of peoples. We recommend that you be prospective in assessing possible roadblocks in the next 30 years and how to overcome them. We are fortunate to have experience from ECOWAS Vision 2020, which sought to transform ECOWAS from states to peoples. Liberia stands ready in providing its full support to the implementation of the new vision for the realization of the sustainable human development and inclusivity of all ECOWAS citizens. With this, we want to welcome you again to Liberia, and we wish you all productive deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Gray, speaking on behalf of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's my pleasing duty to invite to the podium the Honorable Dr. Bofo Chambers, Speaker of the 54th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia. Please welcome the Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Program Engineer. A representative of His Excellency, the President, Dr. George Manawia, the Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, the Right Honorable Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis, members of the platform guests, members of the 54th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, members of the ECOWAS Parliament, members of the Liberian delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament, members of the Cabinet and officials of government present, Excellencies, ambassadors, and members of the diplomatic corps, members of the press, friends, citizens, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today we are battered with turmoils throughout Africa, especially West African region, including Mali, Burkina Faso, and our neighbor Guinea. We think humanity is not served when we have destruction and undermining the livelihood of the vulnerable people. For African brothers and sisters, let us all be reminded that peace is a basic requirement of any society. Peace and harmony should complement each other. The people of a nation can feel safe, protected, and can persevere or prosper only if a peaceful environment is in place. We have seen through television the disturbances in a distant country, Ukraine. But humanity is not served when there cannot be collective action to realign that which has derailed peace. Clearly, the function of peace and harmony is a basic need of any nation, as it is unacceptable in our West Africa region. It is also unacceptable in the East or Eastern European countries. The people of Ukraine deserve peace and harmony. Russia must exercise patience. A writer long time ago from Russia, one of the best in our history, called Leo Tolstoy, he said, patience and time are the two mightiest warriors. If Russia has a claim, sovereignty must be guaranteed for any nation, as sovereignty is unmitigated. So to our Russian friends, as we are all human beings, humanity will be best served if our people's livelihood will be undisturbed. Our Constitution, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, has categorically stated or expressed that all citizens are entitled to political and social equality so as to avoid clashes and maintain peace and harmony. We must ensure that far or near, wherever injustice is, good men and women must rise up. War is not a choice. Dialogue is more constructive. Thus, I would say that we as human beings should not be quiet or silent. I want to thank our forebears and the crafters of our Constitution that have made peace and harmony as the capstone of the Liberian Constitution. I want to welcome all of you who have come here to ensure that we live peacefully as a people and that we serve humanity's best interests. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker of the 54th Legislature, Republic of Liberia. I have always been intrigued by the Ecowas anthem. Part of this says, West Africa, our region state, steadfast shall stand our union great. Thinking about that reminds me of the tie that binds. We've gathered together from across West Africa because there is a tie that binds us together with the commonality of purpose. And when one nation is affected, every nation responds. Today, I have the distinguished honor to call to the podium a man who epitomizes the tie that binds. Father from Sierra Leone, mother from Liberia. The tie that binds. Educated in Liberia, in fact, went to the Wells Hairston High School, the same school that His Excellency President George Weah graduated from. The tie that binds. today, he has come as the Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament to his mother's land, reaching across from his father's land, where both of them are saying, go ahead, child, tie that binds. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies, I'm very pleased to welcome to the podium the Honorable Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, His Excellency Dr. Sidi Mohamed Tunis.
The Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, representing His Excellency the President, the Honorable Speaker of the 54th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, the representative of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Liberia, the representative of the Vice President of the ECOWAS Commission, leader of the Liberian delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament, the members of the diplomatic corps, particularly the ambassadors of the United States of America and the European Union here in Liberia, distinguished members of the ECOWAS Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. It is my greatest pleasure to welcome all of you to the ECOWAS Parliament's first parliamentary seminar for the year 2022. It always feels special to be in Monrovia, the capital of Africa's oldest republic. And I am particularly grateful to His Excellency Dr. George Manewea, the government and the people of Liberia for the warm hospitality we have received since our arrival. Our seminar is holding at a time when our region and the world at large is marked by the persistent health crisis linked to COVID-19, as well as constant threat to peace and security. We cannot deny the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic is not yet over, and as such, we must remain vigilant and anticipate the possible emergence of yet another variant, because this is the characteristics of any pandemic. However, it has been proven that vaccination contributes significantly to the mitigation efforts. Fortunately, we see that hospitalizations and deaths resulting from COVID-19 have reduced significantly, as has the virulence of the disease. This is why we will continue to appeal to our people to take the vaccine and believe in its providential efficacy, because it works. We are also confronted with challenges in our governance and security sectors, and it has become absolutely crucial that we deliberate candidly on the issues that threaten peace and democracy in the region. That is why we have dedicated the upcoming session to particularly discuss the political and security situation in the sub-region, and hopefully, at the end of the day, we should be able to build a broad-based consensus around the necessity to stamp out the menace of unconstitutional takeovers, terrorism, and insecurity. Excellencies, honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are aware that to improve the quality of life of the people in our region to the level of our counterparts in the developed world, a framework that defines clearly where we are now as a region, where we want to be by 2050, and how to get there must be formulated. Visioning in this context means creating multiple alternative development strategies and integrated implementation approaches for reaching the goals of future regional development. That is why the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government adopted ECOWAS Vision 2050 of the community at its 60th ordinary session held on 12 December 2021 in Abuja, Nigeria. This vision reads as follows: a community of people fully integrated in a peaceful, prosperous region with strong institutions and respect for fundamental freedoms, working for inclusive and sustainable development. It is accompanied by a slogan, ECOWAS of the people, peace and prosperity for all. Of course, in the process of adopting this vision, the ECOWAS Parliament gave a favorable opinion, believing that the vision will guide us to make deliberate efforts to improve the quality of life of our people. In doing so, honorable members requested the holding of a seminar to promote the vision, as it will henceforth be the basis of our actions and relationships over the next 30 years. It is expected that the vision will provide policy prescriptions to tackle the complex issues of our community, including education, science and technology, health and development, sustainable agriculture, peace and social justice, gender equality. The implementation of this vision entails contributions from all stakeholders and community institutions. This is why this sensitization seminar offers opportunity to define a common strategy and to give guidance to our regional institutions, particularly to the Community Parliament, in the framework of implementation of this Vision 2050. We are convinced that with a vision document that defines our regional priorities, we can make much progress in the areas of good governance, sustainable development, capacity enhancement, economic growth, and most importantly, peace and security. Because with peace and security, numerous external threats that have the ability to disrupt and derail socio-economic progress can be discerned and countered. Help us to better understand the vision and use it as a tool for the preparation of our strategic plans for all future programs and activities. Excellencies, honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. At this juncture, I would like to appreciate the resource persons for their valuable contributions to develop at this seminar. Let me conclude my speech by reiterating my warmest congratulations to our hosts on the excellent organization of our meeting. With these words, I wish us success in all our meetings and thank you for your kind attention. Long live regional integration, long live ECOWAS Parliament. Thank you, merci, obrigado.
Merci beaucoup, Honorable Speaker. When there were moments of crisis in the Ecowas region, I went into President Weah and I had a conversation with him. And I said, you are a leader in Africa, in the world. But with specificity, West Africa, ECOWAS. I say, it seems like ECOWAS is moving towards crisis. What are you going to do? The President looked me in the eye and said, Larry, in the moment of crisis, the wise build bridges and the foolish build dams. I felt his intuitive brilliance as articulated at that moment. President's perspicacity outweighed a lot. And I was pleased that he was our leader. For a great leader is an ordinary person with extraordinary wisdom. Having said that, the Right Honorable Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, the Honorable Speaker of the 54th Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, the representative of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Liberia, the representative of the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, the leader of the Liberian delegation to the Ecowas Parliament, members of the diplomatic corps, particularly the ambassadors of the United States of America and the European Union, distinguished members of the Ecowas Parliament, members of the Cabinet of the Republic of Liberia, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is a singular honor and esteemed duty for me to, at this time, welcome the representative of the President of the Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Mawani Dix, Minister of Commerce and Industry of the Republic of Liberia, who will speak on behalf of our President.
Good morning. Honorable Speaker of the 54th Legislature, Honorable Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament, Head of Delegation to the Ecowas, members of the 54th Legislature here present, Proxy for the Vice President of the Ecowas Commission, Secretary General of the Ecowas Commission, Proxy for the Minister of Foreign Affairs, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ambassador to the United States, Ambassador to the European Union, honorable members, distinguished guests, officials of government here present, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. George Manewia, the government and the people of Liberia, I want to welcome you and express our profound happiness over your choice of Liberia as the venue for the 2022 First Parliamentary Seminar and First Extraordinary Session. As a country, we are honored and delighted to host the Ecowas Parliament in Monrovia. This is a testimony of your resolve to create an impact in every part of the region and our government's commitment to good governance and the promotion of regional and international peace and security. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, we have gathered here to commence a seminar which seeks to ensure the Ecowas Parliament is clearly incorporated in the formulation and execution of the next development agenda of ECOWAS, represented by the ECOWAS Vision 2050. I am aware that the Parliament had rendered its opinion on the draft vision prior to its adoption by the authority of heads of state and government. This seminar, therefore, provides yet another opportunity for members to further understand the vision and contribute positively towards its realization. The ECOWAS Vision 2050 has been crafted with the intent to consolidate the progress made in transforming ECOWAS from a community of states to a community of peoples fully integrated in a peaceful and prosperous region with strong institutions that respect fundamental freedoms and work for inclusive and sustainable development. The Vision 2050 document represents a framework that is expected to make a huge impact around the region and is expected to influence policymakers as well as adjust our programs on what needs to be done to achieve a secure, stable, and peaceful region. The Vision 2050 also envisages a region endowed with strong institutions that comply with the rule of law and fundamental freedoms, a fully integrated and prosperous region, a region mobilized by transformation, inclusive and sustainable development, and a community of people fully inclusive of women, the youth, and the children. This vision is expected to assist in no small measure towards prioritizing our policy actions and allocating resources that will make significant impact on our people through accountable implementation. In comparison, let me remind each of you that the Ecowas Vision 2020 was expected to make regional integration and development processes people-centered and people-driven. However, failure to incorporate all stakeholders in its planning and implementation, as well as the lack of proper strategy to communicate the vision to grassrooters in a simple and clear way, were notable lapses that led to the minimum results we recorded. Therefore, as we remind ourselves of the old African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together, it is hoped that this time around, we will do it right. And doing it right means moving everyone along together, as that is essential in achieving utmost success. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, permit me also to recall that at its 60th ordinary session in December of 2021, the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of States and Government welcomed the participatory process which had preceded the development of this Vision 2050, considering the deep aspirations of West African citizens. The authority directed the President of the Commission to work towards the preparation of operational documents, including a medium-term strategic framework with appropriate plans to accompany the implementation of the ECOWAS Vision 2050. It is hoped that this would be achieved soonest, as it is relevant to the takeoff of this vision. I wish to use this medium to task the Parliament to devote the much-needed attention towards the achievement of the ideas contained within the Vision 2050. You must bear in mind that the people of the region look up to you for adequate and quality representation. You are their voice, hence you must speak loud and clear in conveying their feelings and aspirations. I urge you to use your powers of oversight to address any development deficit facing our people. Always bear in mind that the strength of ECOWAS will be measured based on the extent to which you are able to cater for the well-being of our people. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, as we all know, ECOWAS is not a government. It is rather a community of sovereign states who feel bound together by history, culture, language, color, and creed. Member states therefore regard themselves as one and see their destinies as intertwined. With a commitment towards a prosperous future, the community will no doubt succeed. It is, however, important to note that although we are faced with numerous social, economic, and political challenges, we have the capacity to surmount them all. As parliamentarians, you must understand that your duty is sacred, just as your opportunities to make a difference in the living standards of our people are limitless. The ECOWAS Vision 2050 should not be yet another document kept in drawers and shelved in archives only for reference. You as members of Parliament must ensure that this document becomes a mechanism that can lead to the eradication of poverty and diseases while also addressing the issue of hunger among our people. Let me also avail myself this opportunity to further advise that if the attainment of the major objectives of the Vision 2050 and the anticipated strategic plan that will follow are to be realized, the ECOWAS Commission and the Parliament, as well as other community institutions and agencies, would have to collaborate very closely. The mandate of the ECOWAS institutions and agencies are closely linked. It is therefore unlikely that any of the institutions would achieve its objectives without the help of the other. I see these institutions as elements within the general ECOWAS system. Avoiding interinstitutional wrangling and unnecessary disagreements would help boost the anticipated success of the Vision 2050 and hence lead to the benefits contained therein occurring to our people. In addition to this, for the ECOWAS Parliament, collaboration with other parliaments, both within and outside the region, as well as globally recognized interparliamentary groups, will go a long way towards enhancing your performance. National parliaments of ECOWAS member states have a long-standing history. All of them were colonially created bodies, except for the intermittent military takeovers in most countries, which obstructed their paths to maturity. Despite that, they are today fully matured institutions with methods and procedures meant to cater for their representational needs. There is no doubt that this Parliament can leverage on their methods to fulfill its mandate and foster the early attainment of the Vision 2050. The same is applicable to parliaments outside the region, as well as interparliamentary bodies. Human challenges are not localized. They transcend geography, culture, and space. Our recent experience with COVID-19 pandemic and its economic aftermath is still fresh on our minds. Sharing of experiences and global best practices would undoubtedly promote success. Such parliamentary collaborations are the major working methods of contemporary institutions, and the ECOWAS Parliament must ensure it is not left out. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, allow me to once again welcome you to Monrovia and be assured of the firm support of the government of Liberia towards your work and your activities. May God bless West Africa, our leaders, our people, and continue to give us strength and wisdom to make a difference. I now have the greatest pleasure to formally declare the ECOWAS Parliament 2022 First Parliamentary Seminar open. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, and please convey to His Excellency our thanks and appreciation. We're at the moment of winding down, but I have to say this. The wisdom of ECOWAS. When they sent me the background and justification, I saw that in 2007, the authority of heads of state and government adopted the ECOWAS Vision 2020. But that's not what has moved me. What has moved me is that that objective was transforming ECOWAS from an ECOWAS of states to an ECOWAS of peoples. That is the tie that binds. And so the anthem sets it all. From the seashores to the desert, through the savannas, each and every land, all will, hand in hand, that's the tie that binds, ever progress happily in ECOWAS. So at this moment, I can only be reminded by a conversation between Mark Twain, a great American writer, and his friend. The friend wrote to Mark Twain and said, "Mark, I have saved up all that I have to send to you because somebody did a good thing for me, and I want you to send me your best words because you are a master of words." Mark Twain took that envelope, he turned it over, and he wrote, "Thank you." On behalf of all of us and the Secretariat, I want to say to you, thank you for your presence, for your attention, and for your commitment to move ECOWAS from an ECOWAS of states to an ECOWAS of peoples. Thank you very much. God bless you. Now my understanding is that there will be group photograph. And thereafter, this is what I'm interested in, there'll be tea break. So our protocol people, the Secretariat will advise how the formation. After the tea break, we'll reassemble to begin phase 2 of our seminar.
Okay, folks, many thanks to all of you for watching, and this is how we come to the end of the opening session of the 5th legislature session of the Ecowas Parliament, and this is a special seminar here, and it's about the Ecowas Vision 2050. So till we meet you again, my name
Honorable
is
members of Parliament,
James
we will exit this hall, go to the next level below,
this is how I love to say goodbye to all of you.
That is
Bye-bye
quite expansive.
till we meet again.
We'll all gather together, and the Right Honorable